Intro, Take 3. Hi, my name is Bo Cisco, founder and lead instructor at Cisco Strategic Studies, or CSS. As you know from watching the intro, that this class is behavioral analysis training for law enforcement personnel. What I'd like to do is we're going to start basic. Now, when I say basic, this is a concept that I have designed and it takes me throughout my entire way of teaching. I use this concept in understanding body language. I use this concept also in deception, to pre-attack indicators, and also into situational awareness. So it's a good concept to have a good idea of. And the good thing is, it's a very simple concept that will not take you long to master. If you put about an hour's worth of time into this, you can pretty much master it. And you don't have to do that hour all at the same time. It's called C.O.P, COP. And hey, if you've taken this class and you're a cop, what easier thing to remember than that? COP stands for closed, open, and pointing. Now, closed, open, and pointing are just some easy things to think about when you're looking at someone's behavior. Now, I'm going to go through what is closed. Closed is someone's body positioning. We're closed. We have our arms crossed. Maybe our chin's tucked in. We close up. Now, being closed means you're basically defending against an attack. Now, if someone's throwing something at us, a punch, a chair, something along those natures, you may close up to block off that punch. That's what your body tells you to do. Your first reaction, block, defend yourself so you're not injured by the attack. Okay, that's great. We want to make sure we're not injured by the attack, but that's not the only attacks that happen. So what we want to do is defend against the other attacks that happen. Now, they may be words. They may be someone thinking something negative about you. They may be fear that you're about to get caught in line, that you're uncomfortable in a certain circumstance, or that you don't like what's going on here. Those are also different types of attacks. They're attacks on the inside that make you uncomfortable. I don't really like being around here. This is great. I don't like this conversation. I'd like to leave. These are all things that would make negative. Versus open, which is, hey, I'm confident and I'm happy to be here. I am not afraid of anything. No attacks. No one's going to chuck a chair at me. No one's thinking anything negative about me. I'm just happy to be standing here today. So your body language is going to be open, comfortable, confident with what's going on. You're in your home. This is something you feel good about right here. And that's the open. So we have closed. Closed. If you're sitting, you may have also other closed gestures that show that, hey, maybe I'm not 100% comfortable, versus open gestures, which mean you are 100% comfortable. And that's it on open and closed. Very easy concepts. And I didn't go into them too long, only 3 minutes right now, because they are easy. Now, once you understand those, and you should, we're going to throw in pointing. Now, there's 7 parts of your body that you can point with. Your head, your eyes, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your hips, your knees, and your feet. We're going to start by looking at what those point at. Now, they're not always going to point at the same thing. But let's just use an example here. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to what you're saying. My head, my eyes, my shoulders, my arms, my hands, my hips, knees, and feet are all pointed at you because I'm really into this conversation. I like it. But I have a meeting to go to in about 20 minutes, and this conversation doesn't look like it's going to end well. It's going to take me 15 minutes to get to that meeting and ready. I only have 5 minutes left. So I want to be nice. I want to sit there and talk to you and have this great conversation with you because I do like you. I want to hang out with you. But I got to go. So there's a part of my brain going, leave, go. You got to be there. You're going to be late. You got to go. But there's another part of your brain saying, oh, let's just wait a little bit. He's not been talking. He seems really into this conversation. But my brain is screaming, go. Part of my brain is saying, no, let's just wait. Well, we talked about body language. Body language is reacting to what's going on inside your brain. So when I have a part of my brain that's screaming, we have to go, that message is radiating throughout my whole body. So what's likely to happen? Part of the areas that can point are going to say, point toward that way. Start moving. So you may see, and you can't see that video, maybe my foot shoots out that way. So I'm talking to you. My head, eyes, my shoulders, my hip, knees, feet, my arms and hands are all pointing to you except for that one foot's going this way. Then maybe I start moving the rest of my body because that's the way of the door. And as I'm speaking to you, I'm right here now. I'm having this conversation. What just happened? The thoughts in my head now have kind of taken over. It showed you what's going on in my head. I may have closed up a little too because I'm kind of feeling like, I don't really like this conversation anymore. I gotta go. So I may have gotten uncomfortable, especially if you came onto a new subject line that made me believe the conversation was going to go longer. So I may have closed up in anger and I'm uncomfortable, like, I'm going to tell this guy I gotta go soon. But also my body has turned to let you know I'm uncomfortable and I want to go. Now the reason I use that example is it's a common example that we see. And it's showing basically how your body is reacting to what's going on inside your head. And that's a key element of reading body language. It's not about learning every single little gesture that someone has. Yeah, sure, that's great. I'm not knocking it one bit. But it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of memorization. It takes a lot of understanding. Whereas the closed, open, and pointing is letting you know what someone's comfort level is and what their internal motivation is. Is my motivation to sit here and talk to you, or is my motivation kind of to go somewhere else? That gives you the opportunity to be able to interact with this person in a more honest and beneficial way. If I know someone wants to leave, I can let them go. If I know they want to talk to me, I can continue talking without thinking that, hey, maybe I'm bothering this person. Okay, that's under normal circumstances. Let's think about in a law enforcement capacity, because that's where we all are. When I walk into someplace and I'm looking at people, I want to see who's comfortable, who's not. Were they open and then closed up as soon as they saw me? Maybe that person's telling me something. Why did I make them uncomfortable? Did they just not like cops? Okay, great. They don't like cops. Or is it something else? You can't base all your behavior on just whether someone's comfortable or not comfortable, but it does give you an idea on what's going through people's minds as you walk through. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Actually, I'm going to give you an exercise. When you go out into the world, you want to try and be able to understand people's internal motivations and their comfort level on a more solid basis. You have to practice a little bit. Here's where it comes in. Easiest example in the world. Go do what you do every day. Go to a coffee shop. Go to a restaurant. Go watch people out in public places through part of your job. That's what we all do in law enforcement. We're sitting there watching, waiting for something to happen. And we go eat places. We go get our coffee in the morning. This is just what we do. We go to a convenience store. Watch people. Watch two people having an interaction at a table, at a restaurant or coffee shop. Watch those two people sitting there, and I want you to look at the first person and say, open or closed? How? Where are they pointing? The second person, open, closed. How? Where are they pointing? When you've been able to understand, fully understand how these people are open and closed and pointing toward each other, I want you now to try and figure out how you feel the comfort level and what the relationship is. An example would be, you're going to see some people sitting at a table, possibly a date or some kind of interaction, and they are just leaning up against the table, having this great conversation. Everything's pointed toward them. They're open. Maybe not this is open, but they're open. They're talking. They're very expressive, and they're leaning in toward them. And the other person, oh, yeah, I'm having a good time. And they're having this conversation like this. What has that just told you? This one person is all in. They're leaning in. They're having this great conversation. Everything's pointed toward them. They have open gestures. And this person is pointed away and closed. Where's that relationship? Is one person more invested in the relationship than the other one? And then you think of, how come this person doesn't notice? That's possible. That's one of the scary things. A lot of people don't notice these body language cues. As simple as this simple concept sounds, and it really is a very simplistic, easy concept to understand. As easy as it sounds, you're going to be surprised how much this opens your eyes to what's going on around you, to be able to understand what's going on in here. And this will be the first step of many videos to come to open your eyes a little bit as to what's going on in people's minds. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get something out of it, and please feel free down below in the comments to share your experiences when you go out and observe people the first time. Ask questions, share experiences. I really want to hear what you have to say. I hope I see you at one of my classes. You can get more information at the link below, or CiscoStrategicStudies.com. Be safe and have a good day.